the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowes.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowes.com/business credit.
One of the biggest challenges that we have is having companies that are willing to give our young people a go. If only they did, they would find that they have so much more to offer than they realise.
G'day, I'm Debra Caldow, and welcome to the Expanding Worlds podcast, where the focus is on helping you, as you support your young person with additional needs, plan for their future. A future where they're safe, secure, and live a rewarding and fulfilling life. From around the world, I share stories and I share solutions from people making this happen right now. I'm a parent of a young person with additional needs, so I understand the challenges. Many of the people I've interviewed on this podcast have already helped me design a better future for my daughter, and I hope that they might help you as well to imagine what's possible for your young person. In the last episode, we heard about how JubyLee Bakes got started. In this week's episode, the focus is on how it works and the way they support young people to build work skills. My guest is Julie, who's the JubyLee Bakes kitchen and site manager. She talks not only about her role, but also some of the wider issues, including the one that a lot of us will recognise, that cliff edge that our young people often find themselves on when they finish full-time education. So let's hear Julie's story.
I'm Julie, and I run a couple of sessions for JubyLee Bakes a week and organise the volunteers on a rota basis. I started supporting some young people at JubyLee Bakes, and at that time we were working out of different kitchens that we were hiring, a local church kitchen, which we had to clean before we started doing our bakes, and then putting it all back to how they liked it again afterwards, and taking all our ingredients, so that was quite an effort to get everything that you needed and then any utensils that you needed. Also, we worked in a school training kitchen and, doing the same thing. Then I was asked if I could lead some sessions with another lady, who's in fact one of our trustees now, and we would plan the sessions and lead them and create bakes with probably about 4 or 5 different young people with their support. And yeah, that's how I started, really.
What made you get really involved?
I have a daughter with special educational needs. She has complex needs, so she doesn't actually do baking, but I've became interested in the special educational needs world, and I started to help at local special school. I was also asked if I would go to a special educational needs provision within Collier's College when the youngsters then went from school to college. And that's really what got me into, wanting to help young people post-19, really, because everything seemed to stop around about 19, like a cliff edge.
What do you think makes JubyLee Bakes different?
I think we appreciate individuals and we work around the needs of each individual. So we start from how can we support this individual to bake with us, really, rather than the other way around. And how we can enable them to, work within the sort of strict hygiene rules that we're under, really. How we can present it to them in such a way that they can work with it and, succeed.
What do you do in your sessions then?
To start with, we have our startup checks, so we just make sure that we just have lists of things that we know that we need to do before we start. Check with that everybody has dressed properly and washed their hands and all the hygiene things are covered and that all the appliances are on and all the basics that you do when you set up a kitchen. We just do it all together, and then we might bake 6 trays of chocolate brownies. So that's what we do, and all the washing up and then cleaning the kitchen afterwards, because that's the important part of learning how to bake, is the cleaning up at the end, ready for the next session.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that this kind of enterprise faces, just from your experience of working here?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges is sort of moving on from JubyLee Bakes into paid employment. Personally, that's what I'd love to see people do, because, that's what most of the young people that I see actually want to do, to be appreciated for what they do. And I just think that one of the biggest challenges that we have, certainly since COVID and, sort of the economic crisis that we're in, is having companies that are sympathetic and are willing to give our young people a go. If only they did, they would find that they have so much more to offer than they realise. I think unless people have a connection with, family or friends and with people with special needs, it's just not unknowing. It's the unknown. And it's really getting them to know our young people as individuals. And once you know them as individuals, it's just a really, really positive experience.
Do you think then there is a tendency to lump everybody together?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just, special educational needs or learning difficulty or whatever, and not really knowing what that means for individual cases.
Surely something like JubyLee Bakes, though, is helping change that perception. But
I think it's helping to change society's perception of people who need a little bit of extra help. Just the things that we do locally, the people that meet our young people are really embracing what they can do and are really quite surprised at the quality of their work.
Have you got any thoughts on how you would be able to move more people into paid work? What kind of things would you like to see happening?
I think if we had people who are happy to work alongside that young person or individual and just take a little bit more time and care with what they're asked to do, to explain, what they need to do, often by showing rather than telling, that helps a lot. I think we need sympathetic employers, really, and we've got a long way to go on that. And it's personal experience that helps us going into the local community and showing what we can do. That's a stepping stone towards opening people's minds. There's no quick fix.
Julie makes a great point about not lumping all of our young people together and assuming everyone's the same. And I think she also identified the solution, and that's around visibility. Every opportunity our young people get to show off their skills isn't just about them finding their purpose. It changes perceptions and makes the path easier for everyone that follows behind them. In the next episode, which is the final one focused on JubyLee Bakes, we hear from some of the young people who work there. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen, and I hope that the stories and solutions shared on here help you as you support your young person to create their future. If you'd like to support the podcast, then visit my Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/expandingworlds. Or you can connect with me on Instagram or LinkedIn at Debra Caldow. I'd love to have a conversation with you on any of the topics we all care about. Bye for now.
Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.